Hello! So this video is going to be a book review of Katherine Howard, The Tragic Story of Henry VIII's Fifth Queen by Josephine Wilkinson. I get asked so much by you guys, which is so lovely of you to start recommending videos from me, to say please do more videos on the wives of Henry VIII, please recommend some books for me. I've got a brand new series coming out on my channel really soon, which I'm really hoping that you're going to love. But for now, I thought I'd do some book recommendations, and I thought I'd start with one which I read fairly recently and I truly adored. There are a lot of books out there on the wives of Henry VIII. They're very popular. They've been done to death, and I'm so glad that they are. I try to read as many as I can. When a new one comes out, I get my hands on it and I read it. And some on Katherine Howard are good, some are okay, some are awful. Some are brilliant. This one is absolutely brilliant. If you don't know who Katherine Howard was, she was the fifth wife of Henry VIII. She was also the second wife of his to be executed, and his first wife to be executed was Anne Boleyn. And Anne Boleyn was Katherine Howard's cousin, so keeping it in the family with the executions there, Henry. The reason why I buy so many books on the wives of Henry VIII isn't necessarily to learn new things about that person, but actually to get that historian's historical theory on that person. I find that really interesting, and that's why I love reading these books. This book in particular is brilliant. First of all, let me say how beautiful it is. Let's just address that, because I know you're probably thinking, that's a nice book. So this book, I don't know if it'll pick it up. Hopefully the camera will, but where it says Katherine Howard, we have the miniature of her in the centre, and then around with the vines and the stems and the middle of the roses, we have this kind of gold foiling. Hopefully the camera picks up. It's so beautiful. I have the hardback version, but I believe the paperback has just come out, so if you prefer to read in paperback, go get your hands on that one. Now, what some of the bad historical non-fiction works of Katherine Howard do is they spend about a third of the book talking about the fact that Katherine Howard is a Howard, and talk about the Howards, and they completely waffle on and they don't relate it back to Katherine. What this book starts with, which really put me in the great mood just straight away, was talk about the Howards in relation to Katherine. And it was done in about a couple of chapters, and it explained who's Katherine's parents and grandparents and that sort of thing, where Katherine kind of actually sat in the Howard clan, if you will, and where the Howards sit in relation to the politics of the Tudor court. So how powerful were they? I thought it was a great introduction to the Howards, actually. Very clear, concise, to the point, always relating back to Katherine. Genius. We then have a full biography. Now, it's not a massive book, but we have a full biography of Katherine's life, so her rise to become power, to become Henry VIII's wife, and of course her downfall too. This is brilliant, and you might think, I've got a book on Katherine Howard, I don't need another one. Oh yes, you do. The reason why I recommend this one is because this is the book that stopped me reading historical fiction. I haven't read historical fiction since this book. And the reason is because this book kind of reminded me and shown me that actually you don't need historical fiction at all when non-fiction can tell a story this well. So Josephine Wilkinson here packs this book full of historical primary source evidence. It's great. However, her writing style is emotive and informative. We have a writing style which tells the story of Katherine's life. At times it'll make you smile, it might make you laugh, and at other times it'll make your heart sink and it'll make you feel very emotional. It'll make you feel angry, it'll make you feel upset. It'll make you feel all the things that you should feel in a historical fiction novel, but in a factual format. I am so glad I read this book, and non-fiction now has a very difficult bar to try and get up to. It was so nice to see the real what I feel is the real Katherine present in this book, and it's so nice that more books on Katherine have started to emerge, and that old-fashioned view of Katherine is kind of being changed and developed into new views like this. So as you can probably tell, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I truly loved and adored it. I loved to see what I feel is the real Katherine starting to come to light in today's society, and we can really draw her in and you can read about the real Katherine Howard. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like this review. If you're interested in getting your hands on this book, it'll be linked in the description bar below as always. So take care everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now.